Should you scout for Melony and Frosmoth? Are they any good? Well, guys, this is the last sync pair of the June 2025 update. And interestingly, this sync pair drops on Pokemon Masters Day. This is a variety scout. And we have like 3 variety scouts this month. Samson Oak is a variety scout. You have Gordy as a variety scout. And this is the last one. And I did share my thoughts on the others. I said stuff about Gordy that, although he can do so much, his kit does not really interest me. If you want to see that video, link will be down in the description. So this sync pair is like Gordy, a support sync pair, but her EX role is not tech, it's actually sprint. And support sprints are actually a good combo. But let's see if this kit will interest me because, well, Gordy does not. So, if we'll take a look at her defenses, her defense is 308, special defense is 328. They're pretty high above the 300 mark. And if you decide to unlock her EX role, it will not raise the defenses even more. Just 6-star EXing her will raise the defenses by 20, which is not exactly that bad. And she has quite interesting passive skills. Where she has hit attack down and special attack down 9. So whenever she attacks the opponent, you get to lower the opponent's offenses. And what attacks does she have? You have Powder Snow. And this attack is a 1-move gauge attack that hits every single opponent with a 10% chance of freezing them. And with each Powder Snow, you get to lower all offenses or all the opponent's offenses. Now, I should be excited about this one. But if I'm not mistaken, we have had sync pairs that can do this. In fact, we have, I forgot, who was it? Was it Shontal or something like that? Seasonal outfit that can use Powder Snow. I forgot if it's I think it's Shontal and Frostlass or something. That can lower 3 stats instead of just 2. So I'm not exactly crazy about that one because some other sync pairs can already do that. You have a passive skill, debut field special damage reduction and extension 5. At the start of the battle, you'll get a special damage reduction effect. And not only that, you will extend the duration of that by 50%, which is very interesting because we've never had this in this way. And that means your special damage reduction will extend quite long. And unless you're playing in a parameter where field effects are permanent, this might be helpful in a lot of situations because unless the opponent is able to land a critical special attack on you, you will receive half damage, which is nice. And then last, you have condition nullification. You'll prevent the user from being flinched, trapped, or confused. Okay, that's fine. So, again, going back to the attacks, you have Powder Snow, you have Potion, you have Silver Snow Mist, which you can use 2 times. And this will only activate when there is a special damage reduction in the allied field of play, which again, at the start of the battle, you can do this to lower all raise stats of the opponent to normal. And then it will apply the no stat increases effect to the opponent field of play so that the opponent will not be able to raise their stats as long as this is active. And then it will also return all lowered stats of your allies, including yourself, back to 0. And then the best thing about this one is that it will give everyone in your team a super effective moves or super effective up next effect, which will power your next super effective attack / sync move by 1.5 times damage. Not only this, but you will also give everyone a free move next effect. Again, what does this do? It will lower every single opponent's raise stat to 0. It will raise every single lowered stat of your allies back to 0, any negative stat. It will put a no stat increases effect so that the opponent will not be able to raise their stats after you lower them back to normal. It will give everyone super effective up next effect to power up your allies' super effective attack by 1.5 times. And it will give you a free move next effect for all your allies. Pretty good. And this is active. You can use this 2 times. 2 super effective up next effect is nice. And then, yeah, as long as you have your special damage reduction active, which is going to be extended at the start of the battle, it's fine. And then you have lower the temperature. You can use this once to lower your sing move countdown, -1, and max almost, well, +4 defense and special defense for all your allies. Now, I said in a lot of my videos for supports that I want to see support sing pairs raise critical hit rate. Which, if I'm not mistaken, one of the recent support sing pairs, if I'm not mistaken, it's Larry. Larry's kit is super good, but then he cannot raise everyone's critical hit rate, even with the sync grid. Can Melony raise everyone's critical hit rate? We'll see. But, you know, support sync pairs, so once you use their sync move, you will get a double sync buff for the first sync move. And for sprint, you will get to lower your sync move countdown -3 after your first sync move. Let's see. And let's take a look at her kit. Just like Gordy, she has an exclusive Lucky Cookie, Catalytic Infliction, Move Gauge Acceleration after you use your status move. Which status move is Silver Snow Mist. You'll give yourself a Move Gauge Acceleration effect. Okay. Move gauge, or 1 out of 5, you got a move gauge refresh for Powder Snow. It's just 1 move gauge anyway. You got Snow Shelter, you got Stalwart. 2 out of 5, you got Lower the Temperature Barricade 2, which will raise your own special defense. I'd rather get MP Refresh 2 to max out everyone's defense and special defense, as well as lower your sync move countdown. You got a Potion Master Healer, Potion MP Refresh. I love this next one, Powder Snow Hostile Environment 2, to have a 30% chance of freezing all opponents when you use Powder Snow. I would be excited, more excited, if I did not see this in the past. We have had this. But now you have Powder Snow Trip up 9, which will lower everyone or every opponent's speed stat -1 when you use Powder Snow. So not only do you lower the opponent's attack, not only do you lower the opponent's special attack, but you also lower the opponent's speed stat. Okay. That kind of fun. But again, we have another sync pair that can lower 3 stats, but let's see what else she can do. You got Revenge Boost 4, 50% chance of recovering 1 move gauge whenever you get attacked. And then you have Silver Snow Mist, Move Gauge Refresh 9. Okay, 3 out of 5. You got Ally Field Effect, Team Attack Move Damage Reduction 2. You'll receive less attack damage from the opponent when you have an Ally Field Effect, which for her, it's special damage reduction. So if the opponent decides to hit you with a special attack, not only do you have the damage from if the opponent does not land a critical hit, but you also lower that half damage by 20 more %. You have First Aid 4 to recover some health when you are low on HP, a Potion Master Healer, and Potion Master MP Refresh again at 3 out of 5. You got Powder Snow, hit, team attack, and special attack up 9. Whenever you use Powder Snow, not only do you lower the opponent's attack, special attack stat, and at 2 out of 5, not only can you lower the opponent's speed stat, but at 3 out of 5, if you get this tile, you also raise everyone's attack and special attack up by 1. This is situational because a lot of sync pairs can already max out their physical attack and special attack stat to max when you use their trainer move. But some of the sync pairs can only raise their attack and special attack +4. You know, some sync pairs, a lot actually of sync pairs, do not max out their offenses. So by having this, you can use, or you can raise everyone's attack and special attack stat to max without using a trainer move. Just by attacking the opponent, you already debuff the opponent, you already, raise your stats, you already have a chance of freezing the opponents. And then you have Powder Snow, Mind Games 9. And by getting this, not only do you lower the opponent's attack, not only do you lower the opponent's special attack, not only can you lower the opponent's speed stat, not only can you raise your attack and special attack for all your teammates by 1, but you also lower the opponent's special defense -1 every single opponent, and you have a 30% chance of freezing all opponents, 1 or all, or 2, at 2 out of 5 if you get that tile. So a lot for the buffed possibilities and a lot of others. If you want to maximize your debuffing, just probably give her another Mind Games 2 as a lucky skill, or probably a Defense Crush 2 as a lucky skill. And maybe you can lower 5 stats. Not all the time, because it's only a 30% chance or a 20% chance with a Defense Crush 2 or Mind Games 2 as a lucky skill. But then, that's a lot of debuffs. And my personal favorite, which is also situational, Sing Move Field Special Damage Reduction. This is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that I'm seeing this. Every single time you use a sync move, you get to bring in a special damage reduction effect. And again, this will be extended because of the passive skill, Special Damage Reduction, the second passive skill, will not only bring that special damage reduction, but also extend the duration by 50%. So by getting this, your special damage reduction will practically be infinite. Unless, of course, if you have the parameter, no field effects or something, or permanent field effects will render this kind of not really that helpful because it's going to be permanent anyway. But then this is the first time we're seeing this, and I think this is a very nice one. You have Sync Free for All for free move next effect. I'd hope to see Synchro Healing, but then Gordy got the Synchro Healing. And that is our Melony and Frosmoth, which is much, much, much more interesting for me than Gordy. You can easily max out everyone's defenses just by getting an MP refresh for your trainer move. Just use that too. And then you can lower the Sting move countdown by 1 every single time you use the trainer move also. You get to lower a lot of stats for the opponent. You get to debuff the opponent if their stats are too high up. Just use your buddy move first and then get the buffing by using Powder Snow. And in the process, hopefully freezing the opponent, raising your stats, and then keeping that damage low for yourself and for your allies with that special damage reduction, while recovering if needed with potion. And with that, that is our Melony and Frosmoth. And this is a much, much more interesting sync pair, in my opinion. And if I were to rate her, this will be a nice 8.5 in terms of overall. I guess I can rate this a 9 in some situation. But again, this is situational. Not exactly, or we're not comparing her with the Master Fairs or the Arc Suits. They're a different, completely different beast. But she can do a lot, and I am interested in her kit. I'm interested in scouting for. This is a Variety Scout again. And Variety Scouts, if you have 7,500 paid gems to spare, you can guarantee you 1 copy of her, and you have 20 custom power-ups to give her in the process of scouting for her. If you're scouting, good luck. If you're not scouting, save up. Anniversary is coming in 3 months. So good luck. Maybe there's going to be a new mechanic, but then we're going to have a new level cap and a battle tower something coming up in a couple of, in 2 months. I think it's the July update, or was it? Yeah, it's the July update. July update is coming at the end of June. Or was it the end of July? I actually did not. I think it's the end of July, but I have to check the dev letter again. But until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button for me, as well as leave a comment if you're scouting or not. How many gems have you saved up? Are you saving up for the anniversary, or are you scouting? Next month is seasonal, summer seasonal month. Again, this is the last sync pair of this update, and this sync pair will coincide with the arrival of Gita and Glimora, or the rerun of Gita and Glimora, who now has a 5 out of 5 kit. Are you scouting for them? Until then, support me at coffee.com/splgum, or click on the join button down below to become a member of this channel. Thank you everyone here for your support. I also have a Patreon. If you want to help me there, link will be down there in the comments, or description rather, as well. And until then, that's it. Those are all our sync pairs. If you want to see the others, everything is in the description of this video. I'll see you in the next video. Rawr.